So we're starting out our new mini part series that is called How to Read Crochet Patterns with me, Abigail Crochet Style. So we're going to jump into this example 3 of how to read crochet patterns. We are going to be learning these new abbreviations. So if you have not watched example number 2 of how to read crochet patterns or example number 1, I suggest that you go and do so, especially example number 2 since it is also an in the round pattern. I will have a video explaining what's the difference between an in the round and an in the row pattern. It is 4th in this mini series of how to read crochet patterns. So we're going to be learning these different abbreviations. So we have NBLO, which BLO stands for back loops only, and then you have an FLO. So FLO just stands for front loops only. And then we also have a chain. So we have chain, so CH just stands for chain, and then you have an SC, which just stands for single crochet, and this one and that one have both been talked about in examples 1 and 2. And then now we have this new one, which is SLST, and this stands for slip stitch. So this just stands for slip stitch. So those are the different abbreviations that we will be encountering, but we will also be covering ones such as magic ring. So magic ring. We will also see increase, so INC, which stands for increase. And then we will be talking about brackets, stitch count. All of those things were mentioned in the previous 2 videos, so make sure you go and watch those before you continue doing this. So for those of you who have watched the first 2, I encourage you to go ahead and do rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 by yourself. So if you have not watched example 2, you will not be able to do this, but if you have, which I encourage you to go do, definitely try these out by yourself. So we finished round 5. I hope you have too. If you remember, in our past examples, we did this swatch in example 1, and then this demonstrated an in the row. And in this example, as well as example 2, we did an in the round. So we are doing another in the round example, and this is to introduce these abbreviations. So we're going to jump in to round 6, and this introduces our first new abbreviation, which is an FLO. So it says in FLO, so that means in front loops only, single crochet 24, so 24 single crochets. So we're going to go in the front loops only. So what are the front loops? So if you take a look at your stitches here, you see there's 2 loops that make up the top of your stitch. So this is known as the back loop, and this is known as the front loop. So you see there's a front loop and a back loop. It says in the front loops only, do the 24 single crochets. So we're going to work with only this front loop. So we're going to go underneath the stitch and only grab that front loop. The back loop is just chilling. We're going to pull the yarn through just as if it was our normal stitch, and then just do a single crochet. So that's what we're going to do all the way around. So we're going to remember, just grab the front loop only, just like this. So grab the front loop, pull it through, and then do a single crochet. And as you can see, the back loops are back there and we're not using them. So we're going to just continue doing that all the way around. So go ahead and do round 6, and I'll come back on after I have finished it as well. So round 6 is done, and we did in the front loops only, so FLO, we did the front loops only, we did 24 single crochets, And if you take a look at your work, you will see that the back loops are still, they're on the back side of your work. So you see all of those back loops that were unworked in, and you see all of our stitches which are only in the front loops. So now round 7 is in the back loops, only 24 single crochets. So instead of going in the front loops like we normally would from last round, we are going to go into the back loops. So we're going to go like this. So we're going to hook the back loop and then just insert a single crochet in there. So we're going to do that all the way around. So go ahead and do round 7 and round 8. Round 8 is just in the front loops only, so you will just go into the front loops on round 8. You will just go into that front loop instead. You'll go into the front loops of this round. So go ahead and do those 2 rounds, so round 7 and 8. Now come back up and check with you. The end of round 7 should like this. You'll see all the back loops on the front of your work, and then all the front loops on the front of your work, and all the back loops of round 6. So this is what it looks like on to round 8. Alrighty, so round 8 is done. So you see here we have round 7's, the front loops from round 7, and then now we just did in the front loops only, we have the back loops of the previous round. So you can see this is sort of what it looks like. So you did front loops for 6, back loops for 7, front loops for 8. So now we're going to go into round 9. So to spice it up for all of you who are bored, I decided to do something a little crazy here. So we're going to go in the back loops of round 8. So that changes it. So it's telling us to go into the back loops of round 8. Well, we just did round 8. So it's telling us to go in the back loops of that. So if we take our previous round, so this would be round 8. This is the line of single crochets that belong to round 8. We're going to pull it backwards, and we're going to go into those back loops. So round 8, we went to the front loops. That left the back loops. So they're telling us to go back into the back loops. So we are going to look at it and see, okay, so this is our first single crochet that we made for round 8. We're going to go directly behind it into that back loop and insert the single crochet. So you're going to do that all the way around. You're going to just continue to add single crochets into the back loops of each stitch, and by the time you get all the way around, you should have still 24. So nothing's changed. You're just going to have 24. So let me go ahead and finish this round, and then I'll come back for you in round 10. So once we finish round 9, you should look like this. Don't forget to take your stitch marker, and you're going to move it out of that stitch and then place it into stitch from the back loop. So it should look like this. So this was our last stitch, and now this is our new last stitch. So we are going to go into round 10, and it says 11 single crochets. So since this was our last stitch, this would be our first stitch to go into. So it says 11 single crochets, so we're going to just go into there and do our 11. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So we did 11, and now it says CH3. So CH just stands for chain. So we're going to chain 1 and 2 and 3. So it says chain 3, and then it says in the second CH, so chain from hook, SLST. SLST, remember, just stands for slip stitch. So let me show you. So it says in the second chain from the hook. So this is the first chain from the hook. So we don't count our loop around our hook. We're going to count the chain. So this is the first chain, and this is the second. So it's saying going into that chain, do a slip stitch. So a slip stitch is literally where you just yarn over, grab the yarn and pull it through, and then pull it through the loop on your hook. That is literally a slip stitch. So it says in the next chain, so this chain here, single crochet. So we are going to just go into that next chain and do a single crochet. So we have our slip stitch and then our single crochet. To base of work, or it may say in next stitch, single crochet 12. So this would be our base, so this here, especially when you're chaining, that sort of goes off the base and it's saying to come back onto the base. So what we're going to just do here is we are literally just going to go into the next stitch. So we already went into that stitch, so we're going to go into this stitch and just do our single crochet. So that's 1, and then we're going to single crochet 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and by the way, 12, and then 13. So yeah, so they don't count that single crochet into the next stitch. So it's basically saying single crochet in the next stitch and then single crochet 12. So it's 13 altogether. You should have 24 by the end of this round. And now this is the last round. So this is not really turning out to be anything. It's just sort of a fun way to read patterns and learn the abbreviations. So it's not really meant to be anything. But if you do want it to be something, you could take your previously made example from example 2, and you could like sew it onto here if you wanted to make something crazy. So anyway, let's do this last round before we continue. So it says round 11, we are going to single crochet 3 tog. So this is another abbreviation that was not covered in the top. I forgot to mention it, obviously. So single crochet 3 tog, so it's usually like that. It's just equal to single crochet 3 together. So we're basically doing single crochet 3 how do you say, decrease. It's sort of like a 3 stitch decrease, and it is entirely different from a double crochet 3 together. So do a double crochet 5 together, so do not get these mixed up. This is a single crochet 3 together, and it's basically just a decrease. So I'll show you how to do that. We're just going to insert our hook into the next stitch, grab yarn, insert our hook into the next stitch, grab yarn, insert our hook into the next stitch, grab yarn. So you see I have yarn grabbing out from 3 stitches, and then I just pull all the way through like that. So we are going to do that 8 times. So we are decreasing until we have 8. So we're going to do our next one, 1, insert our next hook, 2, and then insert it into the last stitch, 3, pull through all 3, and then we are going to do that again. So we're going to go into the next stitch, pull up some yarn, into the next, pull up some more yarn, into the third one, pull up some more yarn, and then go through all 3. So we're going to do it again. So we're going to go insert a hook into the next stitch, pull up, insert a hook into the next stitch, and pull up. But then when you get to here, you see we come across this chain thing. Instead of going up the chain, push this chain work down and literally go into that stitch that was connected to the work. So we're going to grab that there and pull up a loop there and then pull it all the way through. So you see we went into the one attaching to the body, not into that chain thing. And then we're going to do it again. Pull up some yarn, pull up some yarn, pull up some yarn 3 times in the next 3 stitches, and then pull through all 3. And then we're going to keep doing that until we've reached 8 times. I think I've done it 6 times, so this would be the 7th time. So basically by the end of it, you'll have 4 loops on your hook. So I've got 2 loops, 3 loops, and then 4 loops. And then I'm going to pull it all the way through. So you can stuff this little guy and you can sew it to your previous example pattern made.
Well, that wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you, please comment below and hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and visit my channel. I hope you enjoyed part 3 of how to read crochet patterns, and now you know how to read your own patterns and to write them. I have another video in the series on in the row versus in the round. Be sure to check it out. It will be linked in the description box below, as well as the end cards. And I also have a series that teaches crochet stitches step by step, as well as techniques. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and God bless.